Hello and welcome to Dad Got This. We're answering the tough questions like, are direct heat ribs better than smoked ribs? And what nationality is Santa Claus? That second one's easy. North Polish. It's the holiday and I want ribs, so I'm going to cook holiday ribs. And I'm going to do them direct heat style instead of smoked or low and slow. We're going to cook our ribs directly over the coals. Doing this will cook your ribs faster, give you a little bit different texture, and supposed to give you a different flavor profile than cooking smoked ribs. I'm interested to try this out again. I haven't done it in years, so let's set up our Kamado Joe.
First thing we need to do is fill it with some charcoal and get it lit. After it's lit, we're going to go ahead and put in our grates. Originally, I put them down a little lower, but I decided to go higher after thinking about it. I really want to get these ribs as far away from the flame as possible.
Okay, I went with the upper rack, and then I'm going to use this little extender to get it even higher so we can get these as far away from the coals as possible. All right, we're shooting for around 300. So I'm going to go to 1 here, and we're going to go 2 fingers down there, see where that gets us. The goal is to cook these somewhere around 300 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is where I'm going to start. We'll do some adjusting as we go. Let's grab the ribs. This is 2 racks of spare ribs. About 7 pounds. Grab your ribs out of the package. Go ahead and pat them dry. It's just always a good idea to get whatever this stuff off the outside is out. And I'm going straight up backyard style today. I'm not trimming these. Whatever's on here is on here. The only thing I'm going to do is take this membrane and I'm going to score it. If you want to remove your membrane, go ahead. I like scoring it. I feel like it kind of holds the ribs together a little bit. And I've never had anyone complain that there was membrane or it tasted funny or there was chewiness. It just doesn't happen. So just a couple cross hatches right across your membrane and you're done. Now, I did say these were going to be holiday ribs. How am I making them holiday ribs? Well, I'm taking Dad Rub 1.2. I'm adding some nutmeg and some cinnamon. Those are like holiday spices. I absolutely love the holidays, but people in my family get sick of turkey. Actually, they're not even really a fan of turkey. I make hams all the time, prime ribs sometimes, but mainly that's just me and my dad. So I thought, you know what? What about some holiday ribs? A little bit of nutmeg and a little bit of cinnamon. I actually did it right this time. I did the back side first so that when I season my top sides, those are my presentation sides. So they'll come out nice and pretty. And I'm gonna go pretty heavy with this. I'm not using a binder. I don't feel like I need it on this one. You can see I'm seasoning kind of from up high. This is more difficult if you are in a windy environment like I am today. Like I said, I'm going pretty heavy. There's not a ton of salt in this rub, so you can get away with that. Our cinnamon and our nutmeg. Now we're just gonna press this rub in, really kind of set it. And these guys are just gonna chill here till that comes up around 300 and kind of settles at a temperature. We're only at about 250 Fahrenheit right now. So what I did was I just opened that top vent all the way up to kind of let the temperature kind of come up a little bit more and we can kind of knock it down if we need to. I probably should have just left both vents open for a little while to let the grill kind of heat soak, but I got impatient. We are at 300 degrees, so it is time to stick these on the grill. We're gonna go bone side down to protect the meat for about the first hour. A little bit of cooking spray on these grates should help the sticking. We're gonna take these bad boys and go just like so. There we go. It's been 30 minutes. Let's give these a check. Okay. I want to rotate them. Basically, I just want to spin them because my heat is more on this side than that side where I built my fire. Okay, no burning happening on the bottom. They look good. Because just throwing some cinnamon and nutmeg in it didn't feel holiday enough, I decided I'm going to make a rib glaze and I'm going to use fig preserves. That sounds holiday-like, right? I've never made a rib glaze, so we're just going to wing this. From what I understand, we need preserves, liquid, sugar, heat. That should do it. Let's get some stuff. Here's the plan. We're basically gonna make a barbecue sauce, but instead of ketchup, we're gonna use this fig preserve, which should give us hopefully a nice flavor and like a shiny coat. Let's go ahead and taste this. I've never had fig preserve. I hope I like it. Ooh, that's pretty good. We're gonna start with some butter. To that butter, I'm gonna add 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar. Once that has melted down, I'm gonna put in this whole 10-ounce jar of fig preserves. We are basically making candy ribs. So yes, this is going to be very sweet. For color, we're gonna add some paprika. I'm gonna say that is probably a tablespoon. For our holiday spices, we're gonna add in nutmeg. About the same, maybe a teaspoon. And a little bit of our cinnamon. Because you can't just have sweet, we are gonna add in some apple cider vinegar for some acid. We're gonna go with the 2/3 of a cup. Because I'm me, I'm going to add in about a tablespoon of dad dust, 50% granulated garlic, 50% granulated onion, splash of MSG. We're gonna lower this heat down. About a half a teaspoon of salt. And now I'm gonna let this thing simmer to reduce. I want it thick and syrupy. We are making shiny candy ribs. Now is a good time to give it a little taste. Oh, that is perfect. It is super sweet, but I think with the ribs, it's gonna work really well. We're just gonna let this reduce a little bit more. Our number one is done. It is time to flip these meat side down. Gotta say, they are looking pretty nice. I am gonna spritz with a little bit of 50/50 apple cider vinegar and apple juice. They are looking pretty nice. I am liking the color on them. Building a little bark. All we're gonna do, give them a little flip. And now we're just gonna let them go for another hour. This is really easy. I like this. Our second hour is up. It is time to check on these and we have some decisions to make. We got some pullback. They look pretty darn fantastic. Let's temp them, see where we're at. About 178 on the middle of that one. About 190 on that guy. Let's give him the bend test. That's pretty floppy. Those are looking solid. At this point, I need to decide whether I want to wrap them for a little bit or not. I'm gonna wrap them just to get them extra tender. See that big flame up? That's why we have these so far away from the flames. Only thing I'm gonna add is a little bit of our apple cider and vinegar mix. Not a lot, just a little. That should help them steam a little bit in there. I'm only gonna let those go for about 30 minutes like that before we do our final glaze. It's been 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and get these out so we can sauce them up. For the saucing and the glazing part, I actually want them a little bit closer to the fire, so I'm gonna remove this top section. I am excited to see how these look. And oh, we got some extra pullback, and that tells you all you need to know about whether those are ready. That's a new one. Never really had it kind of stick to the foil like that before. I guess I could have used more juice in there to stop that sticking. Oh, I would eat these just like this. But we made a fig rib glaze. They look good just like that, but we're gonna stick them back on there for a few minutes just to set this glaze. I think something like 10, 15 minutes should do it. Oh, yes. Oh, those look so good. Those aren't just pretty, they are gorgeous. I gotta let these sit for 15 minutes to rest, or they're just gonna shred when I try to cut them. But man, these look good. All right, let's see how they taste. We are at under 3 hours for the entire process. That is to cook, rest, everything. The easiest way to slice your ribs is to slice them from the backside. We even got a little bit of a smoke ring on there. Here we go. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's got like a great texture to it. It is fall off the bone. If you like your ribs fall off the bone tender, there you go. That is it. That rib glaze is so good. I would even put a little extra on if you want to warm it up. This got cold, but if we drop it in there like that. That fig glaze. Oh my gosh. You get some of the spices, the holiday spices with that cinnamon and the nutmeg. I might even go heavier with the cinnamon and nutmeg if you want to get it really holiday, but those are just fantastic ribs. Honestly, I don't think I will ever have to go through the long smoke of ribs again. This is so fast and so good. This is my new rib method. I mean, that's a clean bone. If you want the recipe, it's going to be on my website, dadgotthis.com, and I'll put links down to anything I can find that was used in the video that might be helpful down in the description. Some of them are affiliate links and they help me out. If you use them, I appreciate it. I hope you and your family have an amazing holiday, and please do the likey subscribe thing. YouTube loves it when you leave a like. I love it when you leave a comment. I answer just about every comment in my comment section. If you really want to support this channel, consider becoming a member. Members get early access to videos, they get behind the scenes stuff, they get all kinds of benefits, but if you can't, subscribing would be enough. So with all that out of the way, I guess there's only one question left to answer. What did the man who stole an advent calendar get? 25 days. Yeah, pretty bad. Dad may tell horrible dad jokes, cook the best ribs he's ever made in his life, but one thing Dad will never do is an outro. So that's it. Bye.
This is the part where I thank all of my members. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for your support, and rock on. I don't know why I said rock on, but rock on.